Thank you very much, and we indeed welcome our panelists who are part of the youth caravan that is on tour from one place to the other. And here we are at Bakau, and we are talking about the Constitution. You can see their T-shirts, the Constitution we want. So we have Omar Damso, and we have Aissatou Seka, and we also have Esa Anjali. So they will be talking to us about their mission. You know, it's the Constitutional Review Committee is on a tour, and then Activista together with Youth Parliament and also Peace Ambassadors are also on a caravan. So Omar, can you help us here? Give us a background to this project.
We all know that after the 2016 elections, Gambians deemed it necessary to have a new constitution. And based on that, Constitutional Review Commission was set up to have a consultation with citizens. In the end, we will be able to come up with a constitution that represents the interests of the Gambians. But we realize that despite the fact that the commission is set up, young people are not in most of these platforms. That is why activists, peace ambassadors, and NYP, National Youth Parliament, came together, worked with the NYC to write a proposal to UNDP to get funding so that we'll be able to target young people nationwide. Based on that, we are able to organize radio programs. We also had a capacity building training. In that training, we are able to at least get hold of 4 representatives from each region that we are trained on the whole concept. Based on that, they also help in the regional coordinations. And we are just from a 7-day tour where we are meeting with 200 young people in each constituency of the country. That gave a total of 52 constituencies.
And here you are in Bakau. Aissatou will tell us how she went about with the coordination. But before we get to her, let's talk to Esa about some of the issues. You have an issues document. We know the CRC has more than 300 issues, and they have been going around. How do you get to extract some of these issues that you are discussing with them? That mandate?
As you rightly said, there are so many issues that are, concerning about, the provisions that are to be set up in this constitution. But I think it's important that we understand, as Omar rightly said, we are targeting young people. So based on that, we try to extract some of the important issues that we think directly or indirectly affects young people in this country. And one of those issues, of course, that we have highlighted has to do with the fundamental rights of young people. We understand that young people are kind of marginalized in this country. And as a result, we decided to look into the fundamental rights. And one of them is the voting right issue, because if you look at it, young people in line with according to the National Youth Policy in line with the African Youth Charter, young people are between the ages of 15 and 35. But if you look at it, the voting age here, the minimum is 18 years. And then as a result, we realized that some young people have been marginalized, 15, 16, 17 are kind of marginalized. We try to bring that issue so that we can talk to young people for them to tell us their views. Also, if you look at even prisoners in this country, are not allowed to vote. But if you look at our prison, if you go to our prison, you realize that there are young people there. Also, we look at the issue of contesting for presidency, for instance, minimum age of 30. Some are saying that we should increase, but we realize that this is going to affect young people. So that's why we are talking to young people about also the minimum age for presidency requirement, and many of them are responding to us that really it should be 30 so that young people can be there. Also in terms of representation in parliament and even political parties, many young people are expressing concern that they need to be represented in political parties. They also need to be represented in parliament. So these are some of the issues that we have looked at in terms of presidency, the office of the president, in terms of National Assembly, in political parties, youth representatives in all these groups, and also fundamental rights of young people, and also the opportunities that should be available in terms of laws and policies in the country that has brought young people to realize their aims.
Fantastic, and I know your job becomes easier if people like Aissatou, who are some of your grand coordinators, do this in a very effective way. And definitely we are impressed here in Bakau. We've seen a lot of people. And Aissatou, How did you went about mobilizing young people in town to come, and respond to this very important call?
Okay, thank you very much. Anyway, the job was a bit easier for me because I'm the vice chairperson of the regional youth committee. So I was able to communicate to the constituency youth committee, the constituency youth chairperson, that is Amijame, and she was able to help me to mobilize young people. And we also communicated to the councillors because we cannot do without them. They are the one representing us in our various wards. So we communicated to the councillors and they were able to bring us the youth in their wards. And again, our targets were, we have to bring everyone. We have to bring all the youths in the community, and especially in the constituency. Like we have the ghettos, they were present. We have the football teams were present. We have youth from different political parties. We also have youth from different organizations. And again, I think Bakau have a youth development committee. They were also part of it. And we are really impressed that all the youths of Bakau were here.
Omar, what is your expectation at the end of this exercise?
Yeah, at the end of this exercise, we want to come up with a position paper that will represent young people, and we also want a youth-friendly constitution where, in the interest of young people, are shown, and in the end, we will get the constitution that we want as young people, where our fundamental rights are respected. Because unlike other countries, when you go to other countries, you see that young people are empowered. There are provisions in the constitution that enable them to exercise their full or reveal their full potentials. But unfortunately, our constitution does not guarantee that. That is why we are engaged on this constituency dialogues, because we believe in the end, our consultant will be able to come up with a position paper that will be validated by young people across the country to say these were their views, and in the end, the position paper will be submitted to the Constitutional Review Commission.
And that will exactly take me back to Isa, because you have some issues. There are a lot of issues on your issues document, and then young people have these changing ideas, opinions, whatsoever on those issues. But then there are some other things that are coming up, other issues that were not captured in the document that you have. And then how do you work about, to accommodate some of those issues that are arising during your consultative process that are not in the original document?
Well, if you look at it, basically, there are some issues that are not actually captured in the issue document that we extracted. So the issues that we extracted from the Constitutional Review Commission document, and then you realize that one of them is the issue of the voting right of people living in the diaspora. And then you realize that those in the diaspora, because the majority of them are young people, and that's why they're also concerned that those young people outside the Gambia should have the right to vote. And we have realized that many young people are saying right now in the country that even those in the diaspora, some of their colleagues in the diaspora are young people, they are Gambians and they are registered Gambian voters, should have the political right or the right to vote. In other words, they should have a voting right. This is something that we have not captured, but we are including it. And as well, some people are also expressing concern about the president having certain powers. For instance, not only the president, but parliamentarians who lose their seats, who lose their membership in political parties, automatically losing their seat in parliament. This is something that young people are concerned about as well, because they are seeing it today that at the end of the day, once they are represented in parliament, they have good representation in parliament. At the end of the day, if this law is maintained, it's going to at least, jeopardize their fundamental rights or violate their fundamental rights and freedom in accordance with the Constitution, which they think should be reviewed. And we are looking into this properly.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. If only you have something else to add on to what you have said.
Can we just say thank you so much for giving up this space?
We say thank you so much, and we expect a constitution that will guarantee the fundamental rights and freedoms of every Gambian, especially young people in this country.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.